The world has been plunged into darkness for a year, as demons have invaded and taken over. The humans have fought valiantly, but have ultimately been defeated. The remaining humans have been captured and turned into hosts for the demons' offspring, destroying their minds and bodies. In the midst of all this, there is one hero who has continued to fight against all odds. He refuses to give up, no matter how hopeless the situation may seem. But now, the hero lies defeated in front of the Demon King. Despite being on his last breath, the hero looks up at the Demon King with a determined look, refusing to give up even in the face of certain death. The Demon King, impressed with the hero's tenacity, decides to slow down the time for the hero to have a conversation with the hero. He remarks that the hero was the first human to give him a real challenge, and is surprised by his tenacity. The hero has been the last thread of resistance in this lonely fight against the demon's overwhelming power. The Demon King acknowledges that before the hero, no one has shown such determination in front of the demon's suppressing force. And so, in this final moment, the hero and the Demon King have a conversation. The Demon King offers to work together to conquer other worlds, even the home of gods. The hero replies that this is not a bad offer. However, in truth, he realizes that this offer does not make any sense, because the damage inflicted on his body cannot be reversed. The hero realizes this isn't an offer, but a way for the Demon King to look at the hero and beg for his life, praying for his life from someone who has taken away everything from him. The hero was slowly reaching out his hand. Suddenly, he remembers how he was scolded by his friend for having bad behavior. Because he never listened to her, she placed a bewitching spell on him. With that, he suddenly grabs the Demon King's hand. The spell is a destructive explosion activated when he shakes his hands. With that, the hero rejects the Demon King's offer. And then a big explosion occurs. The Demon King survives, but he realizes that he has been damaged by a mere human. That makes him furious. While the hero's body has turned to ashes, the Demon King lets out his anger on the corpse of the hero by punching his corpse. The hero has been defeated. However, to his surprise, he wakes up to realize that not only is he alive, but he is also completely healed. Although he is fine now, he still has no idea where he is. After looking out the place, he realizes he is in some unknown temple. He starts thinking that this is the underworld. But the moment he thought so, someone answered him from behind, saying that this is not the underworld, but a pantheon of gods. When he turns around, to his surprise, out of the portal, a gorgeous angel appears. The beautiful angel goes on to tell him that he indeed died. However, the gods demanded that the hero be given a second chance. Gods will send him back into the past. The angel, also a goddess, seems to have good intentions. She smiles and looks at the hero. But our hero is skeptical towards God's offer. He even asks what he has to do in return for such a blessing. In fact, his skepticism takes root in the fact that gods are not so simple. From what he has seen in his world, gods had abandoned humanity by stopping to provide any support when the demons started wreaking havoc. They abandoned their world as if there was nothing to gain for them. He was actually right. Turns out that the gods literally told him to show them something more interesting. The gods find pleasure in human endeavor. This was shocking to a hero. The almighty gods simply seek pleasure in human suffering. That enraged the hero. He has lost his loved ones. He desperately fought for his life. But it was all just entertainment for the gods. As his uncontrollable rage started to show itself, the almighty goddess quickly stopped his attempts at resistance. As the goddess reveals her true self, she tells him that he is simply a particular toy in the eyes of the gods. After all, how can anything be free in this world? On top of the great gods taking an interest in him, she tells him that one of the deities was especially demanding his return to the waking world. It is the same god who has defeated him, the Demon Lord God. The Demon King God is the conqueror of worlds who has never been damaged by any being. But after that last explosion, the Demon King's arm was harmed, which did not hurt him much. However, because of the broken record, he has damaged his pride tremendously. For such a primitive reason, the Demon King demands a rematch with the hero. After all the cards have been laid out, the main character accepts the deal, promising to kill the Demon Lord in his second life. With that, the goddess finally sends him back. reminding him that he will be provided special perks to support the hero in his second journey. In truth, those perks are made for the gods to simply have more fun. The hero wakes up in a mine shaft and is humiliated by other workers who bully him and his workmate. Moreover, he realizes that he has been sent back to the times when he used to be a mere slave. The mark on his shoulder is proof of this fact. The main bully tries to threaten him, but the main character shows no fear and replies rudely, which annoys the bully. But before the bully can do anything, the boss announces the end of the break and commands everyone to start working. His co-worker turns out to be just a kid unlucky to become a slave. The main character was protecting him from other bullies, for which the kid is grateful. Now that the time to work is announced, he will mine the shafts. But before that, he remembers to check on the perks he got from the gods. After seeing them, the look on his face changes. What perks did he get from the great gods? We will soon find out. As he checks his stats, he is approached by his boss, who is about to scold the characters for not resuming the work. When he is about to whip him, he quickly catches the whip with his, which also surprises his boss. After kindly returning the whip, he leaves to realize that his hands were not damaged at all. This is all because of one of the 9 perks he received, which significantly improves his defense and his stamina. He starts mining and notices a big difference in stamina. He started mining like crazy. Everyone gathered in groups to announce the team's performance as the work ended. In first place comes his group. The bullies are shocked by that. After the protocols have been done, everyone starts praying to the gods, worshiping them, while he is the only one who realizes the true nature of the gods with the prayers finished. Everyone goes to the camp to rest. Our main character is currently a marked slave. If he tries to leave the designated area, his heart will stop, and he cannot disobey orders from the church. He remembers the events from his previous life and promises to change the future no matter what. He promises to protect his loved ones. The next day, he reports that there are monsters in the cave where the mine shaft is, and he will be a guide in exploring the mine shaft. He was assigned to a team of hunters who would examine the shaft. With that, the team of hunters, with the main characters, go to explore the mines. When venturing deep into the cave, they discover patrolling kobolds. The hunters draw away the attention of the kobolds and assassinate them from the backs. They continue exploring the cave, all the while slaughtering the monsters. The hunters were initially sent to just explore the caves. However, the leader proposes to clear the dungeon by themselves, to gain all the rewards for themselves. The others were shocked by how dangerous it was to do so. Moreover, one of the hunters complains that their team has a useless unit, our main character. However, they plan to use plants and kobold ingredients to produce a smell of a female kobold. Horny kobolds, attracted by the smell, will be lured by it, and that's when they will be baited into a trap. They will clear the cave of all the monsters using this hideous plan. But in truth, this idea belongs to our main character, giving all the credit to the group's leader. The leader thinks our main character is more reliable than he thought, so he entrusts him with a knife. One of the hunters notices something weird as they go with their plan. There are weirdly suspicious kobold bones lying there. Why would there be kobold bones in a kobold dungeon? Before he realizes it, a terrible beast suddenly grabs him, throwing the hunter at the wall, knocking him down. Another hunter tries to do something but is helplessly knocked down by the tail of the terrible monster. The leader recognizes the monster but does not believe his eyes. Only the leader of the hunters is barely standing. However, the minor slave is standing right in front of him. Did he just protect him from that monster? The main character is only surprised by the fact that he has no injuries, thanks to one of the perks. Now only the main character against the monster defeated the whole hunter party on its own. The main character is going to fight it. By taking the expedition leader's spear, in spite of the fact that he is facing a terrible creature, he is only smiling in the face of danger. The leader hunter is shocked at how a mere miner will face off against that creature. The beast lets out a monstrous scream that paralyzes the hunter leader. The leader remembers hearing about this monster. Monster's actual name is Predator. This predator has slaughtered the whole village, but the way it was slaughtered was the scariest part. The beast has been killing the villagers one by one, and none of the villagers could move a single muscle. There was nothing they could do except wait for their turns. However, a mere miner can face off against such a terrible creature, actively fighting and dodging attacks from the monster. He can get close to the monster. Before attacking, though, he will use venom on the monster. He deals a blow, and the terrible creature lets out a monstrous shriek due to the poison. The pain is so devastating it can't stop screaming. He rushes as the monster is suffering from pain. He keeps attacking with his spear. The monster tries to hit him with a tail, but he grabs it to launch himself upward. He uses the momentum to deal another blow with a spear. The monster lets out another scream of agony. The monster tries to shake him off himself, but the main characters use this opportunity to deal another blow. He takes out the given knife and deals another blow. The monstrosities start rampaging. The main character holds on to the knife. He needs only one more hit. He buffs his hand with magic and punches the spear, trying to thrust it deeper into the creature. Surprisingly, the spear manages to tear through the whole creature's skull. The expedition leader can't believe his eyes. The leader realizes that this was all a plan of the main character, because a mere miner simply would not be allowed to do such things. The last thing the main character says to an expedition leader is, "Hey, we need to have a talk."